Welcome back to Nintagious. I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs. It's a little too early to, controller? Hello? Controller? Controller? It's on. What's going on? Oh, my Joy-Cons were still turned on from, playing Switch Sports. My bad. So I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs trying to decide what I wanted to do with the rest of my night. It's a little too early to go to sleep, and I remembered that the weekly and the daily, but more importantly the weekly has changed has reset. So I figured, what the hell? Let's just boot these up. My cat is being very needy right now. I love how you had no interest in me until I like turned on OBS, and then you were like, hey. You're supposed to be paying attention to me right now. You know what? You're gonna have to wait. You're very cute. Let's do the daily first, I guess, in Dubai. I don't even know what those modifiers are. I don't recognize them yet, but we're just gonna hop in anyway. Double the number of motorways awarded. That's pretty pog. And bridges do not require road tiles. That's also pretty pog. Neither of these have a downside. These are just good, so that's kind of amazing. This is a horrible way to start, but whatever, I guess. But anyway, those last like 6 episodes that were all one recording session, that was yesterday, and it started out a little bumpy, because I hadn't played the game in like a week, so I was a little rusty. But by the end of it, I was like pretty revved up and ready for more. And so, here we are. And since this is starting out so slow, I kind of wish I had the camera on, because I'd pick you up and you could come say hi and show everybody how cute you are. But I'm gonna at least pet you, because you won't stop. You're just doing figure eights underneath my desk chair and just begging for attention. So I'm gonna at least pet your cute little head. Is that enough? Can we move on? Another house is probably gonna spawn any moment now. Speed me up, by the way. Now, come on. Relax. Seriously, while I was playing Switch Sports and up and moving around like 5 minutes ago, she was just laying in the middle of the floor, completely ignoring me. Now that I'm like, hey, let's get in a little bit of recording, she was immediately like, hey. I didn't say that I wasn't not doing anything. You're bad. You are very cute. Unfortunately, everybody's gonna have to just come to streams if they want to see how cute you are, because I don't have the camera on for videos. Speed me up, by the way. I guess it works out, because I don't really have any, like, banter to talk about while we wait for the run to really get going. More bridges. We've already used 2. We're probably gonna need more, so that seems like a fine place to... What's the terminal? I was gonna say place our bets, but that doesn't make sense. Put our chips on? That, like, maybe makes a little bit more sense. Whatever. I guess on the subject of Switch Sports, I have been having fun with it. I think I've gone off on the rant a couple times about... I think I've done it both in video format and on streams. I know I've done it on streams. I don't know if I've talked about it in video format, though. About Mario Strikers, and about how by the time this video airs, Mario Strikers will be out, and I may have changed my mind. Let's draw attention. Let's acknowledge that first. That's coming out in like a couple weeks, I think. I've kind of decided not to get that because I don't really like the direct competition sports. I'm not a big fan. Mario Tennis Aces kind of taught me that. So you might be thinking, well, why the fuck did you pick up Switch Sports? Basically just for bowling, and I don't really have a regret there because the Battle Royale bowling is, like, super fun. Except for the fact that once you get into the higher rankings, they hit you with the advanced, like, obstacle courses, like, 75% of the time, which is just too much. Like, sometimes I just want to, like, kind of take it easy, you know? Like, I don't want to stress, and they're just kind of, like, too bad. I don't really like that. I don't really want to connect it up here either, because that is going to potentially make this road very congested. What can we possibly do about this? I don't think there's a lot that we can do about it. With the way these are placed. But anyway, I've literally played all of the sports in Switch Sports only for the tutorials' sake, I think. And then I immediately just was like, I'm just gonna only play bowling. And I am A rank in bowling now. If you haven't played Switch Sports, the ranks go like E-, E, E+, D-, D+, etc., etc., until you get to the A rank. And then they just like give you a number, and I'm not totally sure what that means, if I'm being honest. I honestly forget if I'm trying to make the number get bigger or smaller. I don't know if 1 is like... Does 1 mean you're, like, the best in the world? Or is it 1 the worst? I kind of forget. I just, like, ranked up earlier. So you'd think... I'm gonna take the bridge, by the way. I just ranked up when I was playing it, like, yesterday or the night before, so you think I would remember, but I don't. I'm, like, A28 or something like that at the time of recording this episode. And I'm... Aside from the fact that they hit you with the obstacle courses fucking constantly, and sometimes I just want to relax and just, like, throw strikes, if I'm being honest. So, and I guess the frustrating thing is that they hit you with the and I've heard other people, I don't want to use the word criticize, but I've heard other people point this out. They hit you with the obstacle courses so frequently that, when you do get, like, normal bowling, you've, like, forgotten how to play. And how to just throw a normal strike. Because they've been training you to do anything but that. Which is kind of unfortunate and frustrating. Kind of hoping for that bit of banter to take us a little while longer. We do know that they're adding golf to Switch Sports next. I'm looking forward to that because that has the same thing as bowling, where it's like not a direct competition where you and I guess by direct competition I mean you're not interfering with each other. And I just don't really have fun with games like that, and for a multitude of reasons. One, because I feel like video games inevitably, which is kind of strange because I feel like this isn't the case in sports themselves. And I mean, some of them are pretty well designed in that aspect, but a lot of video game sports in particular, they get very meta-focused, where it's like, you just have to play this one way. And I don't really like that, and I guess that's... I guess real sports are just balanced better, whereas video game sports tend to be like... You don't have to train to, like... I mean, you do, but you don't have to go through, like, vigorous training like you do to be, like, an athlete, like a sports athlete, you know, like, go to the Olympics and stuff like that. Whereas you just pick the character that already has the better stats, whereas you kind of have to make your real-life stats better on your own, you know what I mean? There's more of an investment, whereas in a video game you can just Google, hey, what's the top tier character in Mario Kart 8? Oh, it's Waluigi and it's this cart? Okay, we're good to go. You don't have to, there's no entrance fee, you can just do it. And I think that makes a lot, especially like the lesser balanced games, less fun for me, because like Mario Tennis Aces was just... Within the first, like, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even faster than that, if you went and played online, you were playing against Bowser Jr. That was effectively the only opponent in the game, because that was the meta. His character typing was just superior, so that was the only character that people played as. And that gets boring to me. I think part of the appeal for me in regards to like any video game is with a large roster. I think part of the appeal there is like, look at all these characters you can play as. Why would I only ever want to play as one character? That's boring. I get bored of playing the same character. I get bored of being against the same character. And Switch Sports probably doesn't deal with it. I hate this. It probably doesn't deal with it as much. I'm gonna do this because I don't want to connect these greens and creams. Teals and greens, if you'd rather. I would rather keep them completely separated if I can. I have a feeling they're going to force my hand, but let's see what we can get away with. Anyway, it's probably not as big of a thing in Switch Sports because you don't have stats or anything. But still, I don't know, I find it off-putting. On top of that, I've talked to people before about how, like, you know, when you're playing Smash Brothers and you're going online and you're up against an opponent who, like, really matches your skill, right? Like, you really got, like, you're fighting, but it's not, like, impossible. Like, you stand a chance, but, like, all of your moves are, like you have to make sure you don't make any wrong moves, just like they don't have to make any wrong moves, and it's very evenly matched, and you get your blood's pumping, you've got the adrenaline, right? I fucking hate that. I don't like that feeling. It's anxiety to me. And I'm not saying that anyone who enjoys that feeling is wrong. I think it's just we have a different viewpoint on it. But I personally, like, it destroys me. And I mostly remember this. It was a little bit when Mario Tennis Aces came out, but also playing Smash Ultimate, because I think there was an achievement in that. We will take the Motorways. I think there was an achievement in that to do like 200 online versus matches or something, and I hated every single moment of that. And part of that is because there were a lot of trolls that were just, like, you know, playing on the cheesy stages where you just get your opponent close to the edge of the screen and then just huck them right into the KO barrier because you can basically walk right up to it. So there was a lot of that too, but even when I got a good, like, evenly matched opponent on my hands, I was still like, I don't like this. I am waiting for this to be over. And again, I'm not saying that's wrong if you can actually find the competitive spirit there. I'm just saying I can't. I've tried. I think it's behind me. It doesn't make me feel good when I'm doing stuff like that. So I that's another reason why I kind of try to avoid it, even in the case of Switch Sports, where it is probably pretty well balanced, just because of the fact that you don't have equipment or stats or anything to skew the balance. It's pretty straightforward, right? So meta is probably not a thing there. Speed me up, by the way, because my banter engine is running low. I guess it is worth noting that despite my saying, like, oh, I have a couple of minutes, let's do some recording, it is like the end of my day, so I might not have the greatest conversational skills at this point. I'm amazed that I managed to make the Switch Sports conversation go as long as I just did. Speed me up, by the way, because I'm getting impatient. I don't love this. I guess we're just gonna do this. I don't love it. But I think going the other way around is probably not a great idea either, and I don't want to merge it with this road. That's not a good idea either. Excuse me. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to them adding golf. I think that'll be another one where... I guess my concern there is when I tried the... We'll take the bridge. When I tried the motion golf in Mario Golf, I did not at all care for it. And part of that was that I felt like Mario Golf's motion gyro controls, whatever you want to call them. I felt like they were actually very technical, and Mario Golf did a very poor job of explaining them. So I kind of just felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying my best to figure it out, but I constantly felt like I was missing something. Switch Sports will probably be a little bit more simplified, if I had to guess. So that might be where I'm able to be like, oh, I actually get this. Like, from a motion standpoint, I can actually play this. Whereas, like I said, oh, this is awful. Why would you do this to me? I think we just have to connect this here. I don't like it, though. I mean, I have a lot of road tiles. Should I just pull it all the way around here? That feels really stupid. But this is just inevitably gonna congest things. Let's let it play out for a little bit and see where they continue to spawn more houses, perhaps. Because if we start getting a really big neighborhood here, then having that much stuff traveling through here is not going to be good. And I think we're going to want to turn it around and pivot them over there. Oh, I don't like this. That's just not conveniently located at all. I'm going to make a mistake. Actually, I could just connect to this now. Never mind. Crisis averted. Sometimes I tunnel vision when they drop a new house, and I'll be like, oh, how am I supposed to connect this to everything else? And then I overlook stuff like that, where I'm like, well, what if I just... If we're making another pink neighborhood down here, what if I just connect it to this? And then it can be disconnected from everything, and that seems like a swell idea. Sometimes I'll just not see stuff like that, because I'll get too flustered about, here pink house, there pink neighborhood, here purple road. What do? Like, I'll just get so tunneled on that I'll not see that there's, like, actually a better answer. You're there for no reason. I don't particularly feel a need to connect you to everything until I'm forced to. Mostly in case this becomes yellow, perhaps? If that happens, then there's no reason to connect this all the way up here. It's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Now, the problem, as I've pointed out in the last couple episodes and back when I streamed this, I've noticed that the game sometimes has a tendency where, and maybe it doesn't, maybe this is all in my imagination, but boy, does it seem to happen pretty often, where if a house spawns and you're like, I'm just gonna deal with that later, then they'll immediately spawn more houses, like 3 or 4 of them around that one house, just to be like, hey, we told you to fucking deal with this, so you should probably shut the fuck up and deal with it. Like, it seems to happen a lot, where it's like the floodgates have been opened, and I'm just like, oh shit, like, this needs to be addressed. I'm gonna take the bridge, I think. I think I heard another house spawn down here. Okay, so I think we need to reroute these greens, because if I don't do it, I'm not going to have the opportunity to do it later with the way they're being placed. They've already made it where I have to connect this, like, slightly differently than the way I wanted to. Like, if I don't do that, they're gonna put a bunch of greenhouses here, and then I won't be able to do it at all, is the way I'm currently looking at it. Okay, that changes things. For the better. Don't get me wrong. This is actually excellent. I think we're going to leave this that up. We're obviously going to put that back in play. And we'll just have 2 entrances. I don't know how many of them are actually going to use this entrance, but I think that's a good idea. I mean, I know that one will. We could probably force this one too by putting that one down there. I'm not looking forward to them putting greenhouses in here just to fuck with me. Like, they're gonna put one here, and then while I'm complaining about them putting one here, they're gonna put one here too. And it's... it's just gonna be a domino effect. In fact, I'm just gonna do that so that they can't. P.S. Eat a dick. Because, like, I look everywhere else, and I'm like, if they put greenhouses here, totally fine. They put a greenhouse here, totally fine. Greenhouses down here, totally fine. Greenhouses in here, totally fine. Greenhouses all over here, totally fine. If they put them in here, I'm gonna lose my shit. If you put one here, I might be a little mad about it too, but I could always connect to that one here, which is probably gonna be fine. In fact, I'd rather you do that sooner rather than later, if you were going to do it. This is going pretty well so far. And I think we're officially at the point where it's now just talk about the game instead of Switch Sports. I don't think I really have anything. Okie dokie. I don't think I really have anything else to comment on in regards to Switch Sports anyway. Okay. This is mostly fine. I just have to figure out how I want to do it. Because, hey, those yellow houses are right where they need to be. You love to see it. Now, part of the issue that I'm not a fan of is that this road is kind of becoming, like, main road material. And that's, like, not super great. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do I want to rework this road? Like, I could at least do that so that they can bypass that group of houses. Having houses spitting out onto a main road is just, like, always a bad time. I'm kind of tempted to connect the greens over this way as well. That might force them to take this route, though, which I'm not a big fan of. If I'm being honest, getting a traffic light to put along here might be a pretty good idea. Of course, I haven't been picking those up, so if we have the opportunity to do it, though, and it's a, you know, the only other option is, like, a roundabout or something, which, you know the drill by now. If you haven't been watching the other episodes, go watch them, then you'll know the drill. No, I'm semi-kidding. You should go watch them, because I've been having a lot of fun making these, but I think roundabouts are better than traffic lights. It's just that they're bigger, and in this particular instance, I can't put a roundabout there. There's no room to do it, so it's gonna have to be a traffic light. So far, knock wood, this hasn't been too vicious. Considering some of the nonsense that this game threw at us yesterday, during that whole recording session, we really got some bullshit thrown in our faces on that one. But so far, nothing cataclysmic has happened here. Cannot stress enough, so far. Because, you know, there's this whole area up here that nothing's spawned in yet, miraculously. That's gonna be like a purple facility, right? It has to be. We do have 2 motorways, though. So, we're in a position where we can probably fix an emergency if it happens. I'm just gonna take the extra bridges. I don't really think that there's anywhere that I'd want to put a roundabout right now. That's totally fine. I still developed this reflex, which I should try to stop when I'm like... a house spawns and I immediately pause. And I'm like, skirt! Hold on. Gotta fix it. And now with facilities, I think that's warranted. Facilities are like a little bit more pressing. You don't want too much time to pass while you're sitting there just staring blankly at the screen going, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? I think I might use a motorway to fix this. Is that what I want to do? And this comes down to what I think I was complaining about in the last episode. Maybe it was the one before that. Being that you can't create an intersection on a bridge. So I can't just have this, like, branch off here. I'd have to, like, completely reconstruct this whole area. And I don't really think I want to do that. So I think maybe putting a motorway here and just connect it directly is maybe the play. We thankfully have 2 of them just kind of sitting here. And I would like to keep 1 in case of emergency because I would almost be willing to put money that they're going to put a purple facility up here. What other color facility could they put up there that would just be completely awful? Pink wouldn't be great. We have what it takes to connect the pink up here, but it would be going really far out of its way, so that would not be ideal. Yellow would actually be not bad at all. I feel like cream would also not be terrible, but it's not great. Because, again, it's a really far drive for the houses. Hey, look at that. Who would have thought? Looney's online. You love to see it. I should probably turn that off for videos. Just in general. Okay, I think what we want to do here... I'm thinking. I think we do want to use a motorway here. I'm not totally sure where I want to connect it is the issue. Because I want to be careful to not make this area too heavily trafficked. I think I could connect the motorway here, for example, but that creates one hell of an intersection. And then that might clog this facility in particular. So I'm almost thinking I should put it, like, down here. Which isn't going to look super elegant. But I think it's what has to be done. Yeah, like here or here. Yeah, I think putting it here is a bad idea. Let's not do that. I don't love this either. No, that's not a good idea. I was gonna put it here. Excuse me. And then put another road, like, connecting right here. Thinking that the cream houses could just come up here and immediately take this road. And then the yellow houses could keep going this way. The problem is that, like, I don't really know how traffic works. I feel like the yellows are still gonna take the other direction. Like, they're still gonna take the first road, right? So I might as well just put it here. Alternatively, I could put it, like, down here. That's still, like, pretty decent access. I kind of don't want to stick it into an already existing intersection. Phrasing? So, like, putting it here, like, as far as I'm concerned, that makes this a 5-way intersection. And that's just bad news. I don't think I want to do it. I don't think I want to do it. So I think instead I'm going to put it here. Why would you put a greenhouse there? This is the shit that's just like, what is wrong with this game? Like, why? You're just gonna sit there and be not connected to anything because that's just impractical and not useful. Maybe in the future we'll find a way, but until then you're just gonna have to deal with your choice of picking a bad location for a house. That's a bit of an issue. Because now we don't have any motorways. Oh, that's a serious issue. Okay. We don't really have a choice. We're gonna have to take this motorway down. And build them a secondary path here. And they're just gonna have to take a really long drive to work. And then we're gonna have to use the motorway to fix this. Which I guess we could probably just put it here. It's nice and connected to everything. And maybe we'll get lucky and they'll spawn some purple houses over here somewhere, and then we can fix that in a slightly better way. But until then, I think this is our answer. And again, that's something I need to do a better job of identifying. Like, looking with what we're currently dealing with. For example, if they put some cream houses, like, up here, I have to be like, oh, I can just disconnect this then. And just funnel them directly into this facility. If they put some yellow houses over here, I could probably do something with that. Come to think of it, I'm going to do this really quick. Because then all of the yellows don't even have to take this other path. They can all just take the direct route. I think that's probably smarter. That's a little... that's a little bit of a fuck you, isn't it? You hate to see it. So now I'm going to do something like this, and it's probably going to immediately backfire because they're going to put some pink houses, like, here. Just to be like, haha, fuck you. This yellow house has no reason to be here. I hate it. I'm going to try my best. Hey, look at that, a pink house, exactly where I said they were going to put it. Did I call it or did I call it? Alright, what can I do aside from that? I'm still gonna connect this around this way. I guess there's just gonna have to be... They're just gonna have to connect like that. There's not a whole lot I can do. Aside from getting another motorway eventually. And connecting them that way, which isn't really the best way of doing it. probably. These yellow houses, dude, they can really just go completely die. I'm trying to think, where could they be useful? I hate this. I'm just trying to figure out some way to make these motherfuckers useful. I could connect them here and then connect this road. I think that's a mistake. Because then these yellows are going to get it in their head that they should be coming all the way around here to come help with that. That's just causing a lot of traffic that we don't need. I think that's just a bad idea. I think what we want to do is connect these two down here. Probably. We're just gonna have to deal with there being an intersection there for now. Oh, fuck. Well, thankfully, they don't need to be connected at the moment, so that's totally fine. Where are they going? They're going all the way down here. I've made a grave error, and it doesn't matter because they've left their apartments, so there's nothing I can do about it now. Just gonna have to deal with the extra traffic. You hate to see it. Now, okay, now's when we're in now's when we're in trouble, because as you can see, we've reached the point of the game where this run's gonna just tell me to go fuck myself, and I don't have any roads, and they're just gonna keep dropping more shit. We're at the point where it's just no brakes, and it's like, you're just gonna have to figure it out. Now is when things get really uncomfortable. Oh, man. I really need the road tiles, but on the other hand, if I take 2 motorways is, like, really valuable. That's super duper valuable. I really wish that I could go back and look at the map. Because if I could go back and look and be like, okay, here's what I can do with these 2 motorways, it would make the decision a lot easier. Because if I don't really have an opportunity to place the motorways right now, then the road tiles are probably better. I want to think I can find something to do with these motorways. In fact, I can probably fix an issue or 2 with them, so we're gonna go ahead through that route. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think I maybe want to reconnect a motorway down here, connecting up here. Because more or less what we're looking for is... I don't want to use both of these motorways. I just want to use one. But whatever I use it on, I would prefer if it gave me a bunch of road tiles back. And make things more fluid. So this will allow them to get up there a lot faster. In a perfect world, that double facility up there that hasn't been filled in yet will either be yellow or green, and then we'll already have houses pointed in that direction. I would love to see that. Am I hopeful that that's what's going to happen? Hell no. The exact opposite's going to happen. It's going to be like purple or a color I've never heard of, just to really pour salt in the wound. So we're gonna reconnect that. We're gonna get those roads back. We're gonna use these roads to connect this down here, so that those yellow houses can be more helpful. We still have this greenhouse over here that is not doing anything, but there's really not much I can do about that. I think the best I could do is I could use a bridge to connect it here. Which I could, in fact, do. For free, as a matter of fact. And I'm about to get a bridge back as well. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That doesn't do a lot for us. Other than give that one greenhouse something to do. I think I'm... Do I want to do this, or is this stupid? I'm going to leave that the way it is. I kind of want to take this road out and build it back here instead, which is just an OCD thing, if I'm being honest. But I worry that I think having the traffic split up here is actually probably a really good thing. I don't think forcing it to split up somewhere else is going to be good in the long run. That's probably just going to cause problems. Also, well, it would give us a bridge back, though. You know what? Let's try it. Except that I can't reconnect it because I don't have any roads. Give me these back really quick. You can have them back. I just need to get that bridge back first. Or a lot of these road tiles back first. Okay, reconnect you. Bonus. Might be able to see some houses spawn in there. As long as they're not purple. You've got to be fucking kidding me right with this. If you want to laugh, like, honestly, by all means. Because if I were watching... If I were a viewer in this particular instance, I would be laughing. Because what the fuck is this house placement? I could, like, connect it here, but that's just gonna cause problem. Like, I guess I would connect it here and then put a road here to allow this to get down here. But that's just, like... That's just more traffic, dude. I guess it's not a lot of green, so how much of a problem could it be? But I don't like it. Like, how often is he even going to get called out of his house? I guess is what it comes down to. There was another house somewhere, too, wasn't there? No? Was it just the one? Is that new? That one might be new. All things considered... I still think this is going pretty well until that happened. And what a shocker. We don't have the road tiles to do anything about it. This is a bad idea. I can't. Okay, that's fine, I guess. We'll wait for that to despawn first. We don't have the road tiles to connect that, though. That's good, though. I mean, it's good that the house spawned up there. That do be a good thing. Yeah, we can. We can. It just has to look like ass for a second. Okay. Not bad. Eh. So it did it again. I think, was it the last episode where we had a run where I kind of panicked because I had an extra roadway and I went to move a motorway and it like used the motorway in my hand to be like to place the new version of the motorway, and then I went to use it and I was like, wait, where'd my motorway go? So I guess it does, like, if you move a motorway and you have an extra one, it will like use the new one immediately in the interest of keeping traffic flowing, which I guess is pretty smart. It was just disorienting that one time it happened. I wouldn't mind some more greenhouses here, if I'm being honest. If they gave me the opportunity to, like, choose where to put some houses, that's probably where I would choose to do it. Oh, this is all awful. This is all awful. That's not exactly where I didn't want it to be. Which is obviously where they were going to put it then, because fuck you. I'm gonna take the road tiles. Because I would like to not have to worry about that for a while. So let's reconnect those. Connect you. Do I want to do it like that? I don't think I want to do it like that. I'm probably going to have to rework it anyway, because they're going to put another house down somewhere in a total fuck you manner. And I'm going to be forced to change it. But I think for now, that works. Not that one, this one. I'd like to make this look a little prettier, but I suppose I'm content for now. If anything, we're going to do one of these, which makes it look worse, if you ask me, but it technically uses less tiles, I think. Maybe not. I think it was like one less tile, so it probably wasn't worth it. What was that? That was just this facility, but it looks like everything's all under control. I'm thinking about moving this motorway to here. And then I can disconnect that road. I don't want to do this. I guess what I actually want to do is disconnect that. I'm gonna connect this down here. So that has its, like, it has like a private... It's not the right way of putting it. Exclusive collection of employees. And then what we're going to do, as soon as this one disappears, we're going to reconnect the motorway here directly to there, and then we're going to take that road out. Why would you put it... No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't panic. That was actually one of the houses earlier that I was like, you should just put a green house here. So that's totally fine. I hate that, but honestly, it's not that bad. Like, it could be worse. I also hate this house existing. Let's address this first. Do one of these. Something I'm still trying to do better about is, like, I don't think you should have a road coming up to a facility and then have the road continue, because that just makes the entrance to the facility an intersection, and then it just slows down their output, like, period. Now, sometimes the game doesn't give you a goddamn choice because of the way things are placed, but in that particular instance, we can do something about it, so... And then this red house... I guess we're going to connect around here. Okay, we're still monitoring this to make this happen. There's an aimless white house up here that doesn't do anything. Cream house, whatever. I think the answer is to connect it here, which I don't love. But what choice do I have? So we're going to move the purple road around there. We don't really have a lot of road at the moment. I think I just heard another house spawn, so where the hell... What fresh hell just spawned for me to deal with? Ah. This one. We're going to keep that up there. I think that makes sense. Man, what a run this turn. Hey, we hit 1,000 points. I'm super proud of that. What a run this turned out to be. Oh yeah, look at this traffic jam, dude. This is bad. This motorway needs to come down, like, yesterday? What's going on? Okay, we're gonna connect those over there, because I think we're gonna need that. Thank you. Bam. Bam. That's fine. We're going to connect to that just for now. I would prefer to not have to keep that up in the long run, but I guess where else am I going to connect it? That will hopefully alleviate a fair bit of traffic here. Oh, those yellows don't even have to be connected, dude. Yes, they do, because these yellows have to be able to come over here and take that route. Which isn't fantastic, if I'm being honest, because that's just more traffic in that area. This, I feel like I need to do something to address this area and make the flow of traffic a little less idiotic, but I don't really know what to do about it at the moment. There's just a lot of traffic coming through here. And it's all going, like, to this point, so it's kind of like... If anything, I'm thinking I hate it. I need a road tile, dude. You hate to see it. If anything, I think connecting it like that just makes it a little smoother. As I've mentioned, I've noticed that when they only have to take a 45-degree turn compared to a 60 or 90-degree turn, that they just seem to do it more elegantly, and they don't have to like come to a full stop. I also kind of want to like move this up here or something, but that's just going to cause who knows how many problems. I should probably avoid doing that for now. Yeah, that's... I should have expected that. There was another house somewhere too, wasn't there? Or was that just these cream facilities screaming at me? No, there was a pink house over here, but that's fine. That's not a problem. These yellow facilities are having a hard time being addressed too. I guess that's because there's way too many yellow facilities up here. Okay. For now, I don't have enough road time, dude. Okay, fuck this house. I need these road tiles. They're too precious to waste on one house, I think. We're probably going to fail quite soon. Because these white facilities are just not getting what they need. I mean, there's people coming. Hang in there. I think these civilians, I think they tried to come all the way down around to address this one. Sometimes you don't want to, like, sometimes I fall victim to the all yellow houses if they can access all yellow facilities. That's just good. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, because sometimes they just go really far out of their way to go to the wrong facility. And then that just increases traffic everywhere. You really want to kind of restrict those if you can. Coincidentally, we're about to have the same problem with the yellows here, I think. Because as soon as I connect this, my goal here is that these yellows will be able to come up this way to help with these facilities. But there are connections that these yellows will be able to come all the way over here and then drive all the way around here to help with these. And that's not what we want. I'm thinking I should disconnect that road, like, right now. Because we want to cut off that flow. Oh, I didn't even notice that we had this coming. I'm going to take the 30 road tiles because I think that's just going to be what we're going to need. So we're going to connect that. We could also take those back because we technically don't need those either. We're going to connect you over here. I should probably reconnect this, I guess. No, I don't like that. For the same reasons that I've already covered. In a perfect world, I might want to run this cream house over here. Perhaps. And then disconnect this and reconnect those houses to here. That's just going to cause more traffic through here, which I don't love. But I think having this house here connected here is he's just going to come down here and he's going to go all the way over here, which is just not where I want you to go. I want you to exclusively go to this one. You can't control that, though, is kind of what it comes down to. The only thing I can really do is not connect to the house, which isn't terribly practical, but... Also, these yellow houses, or these yellow facilities, do be suffering. We have a bit of a traffic issue here, predictably. I'm gonna take that road back down. We don't need that for this one green guy. That is just causing more traffic. I don't think we want that. And I think we're gonna reconnect this road here. Like that. It doesn't look great, but it means that a lot of these yellows can just kind of shuffle on that way. It splits the traffic earlier, is what I'm getting at. Maybe I do want to connect it right there, because then that neighborhood has better access to it too. It still makes it a pretty heavy intersection, though. Don't know if I love it. And I think I also want to do this so that that's becoming a main road. We don't want that many houses connected to the main road. So we're going to have to do something to alleviate that stress. And I think that's about all we can do. We can't really do anything about this one. Hopefully that will improve flow a little bit to help them get to where they need to go faster. We do have I did see that there was a yellow house down here. He does not have a reason to exist. I'm going to perhaps foolishly reconnect that road, because that does give that yellow house a reason to exist, and it allows more creams to come up this way. I didn't notice this greenhouse over here. We can just connect him there. It's totally fine. You have to, like, get good at remembering, like, what's underneath the motorways, because it's, even though they do fade when you're building a road, it's still, like, it's not easy to see. You gotta kind of remember, like, what's under there. I'm scanning to see if there's anything else I want to address here. Okay, once again, we could send these cream houses directly over here, and that might be a pretty good idea. But we're gonna want to take that motor pass down because we don't want them to come all the way around here. That's just gonna cause more traffic problems, and that's something we're trying to alleviate right now. I think we also want to... These houses are all stuck on the main road, and that's not good. So I'm trying to look to see if there's... I could make a back road here, but is having them go all the way around like that going to be a good idea? That's increased travel time. But if it's making that whole road smoother, then it might be fine. All things considered, there's actually not that many people, like, clogged up here right now, so it might not be that big of an issue. Do I want to go ahead and connect this? I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so that no one new can take that route. And then we're just going to do I don't have any bridges. I'm the biggest dumb that ever dumbed. So never mind. Perhaps more importantly, yellows, you gotta work with me here. I don't think they're getting to this facility fast enough. They're trying, but there's still, like, a traffic issue there. Yeah, that clog is gonna end us. Oh, we just got a motorway back. Oh, well, this is bad. I didn't... I didn't realize that... Duh, that still has to be a thing. I guess I'm just gonna reconnect it where it was, to be honest. That's fine. I mean, we're gonna lose here anyway. These yellows are trying their damnedest, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Like, they're trying so hard. And getting so far. But in the end, it doesn't matter. 1463. I think that's pretty good. It's not a high score, but it's up there. I think that was a pretty good run. It was over an hour too. That was one hell of a run. I actually don't know if I'm gonna have time to do the weekly now, because now I should be thinking about getting to sleep soon. I guess I do have all week though, so that's not too big of a deal. Let's not take... I was gonna take a sneak peek. Actually, I think I know what all of those challenges are. One is that you have infinite traffic lights. One is the bridge one we just had. Bridges don't take road tiles. And then the other one is that you don't know what your upgrades are, I believe. I believe that's like you just have no idea which one you're going to get. Like, you still have a choice between two, but you have no idea what either of them are. Which seems kind of silly, because what's the point of giving me a choice if the choice is effectively random? You might as well just give me one at random. Anyway. So I think the next episode will be the weekly. I don't think I'm going to record that right now. I'm probably going to try to record that tomorrow or at some point throughout the week. But since this run took a little bit longer than expected, I don't think I should commit to another run right now. I think if I do that, I'm probably going to wind up being awake way later than I should be, so... But, that doesn't matter to you, because if you're just going to see the next episode in like 5 seconds, and no time will have passed, so I don't know what I'm rambling about. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. I'm still having a lot of fun playing this game and making these episodes. If you are having a good time, make sure to hit that like button. It does help me out a lot to just let me know that I should continue making the series. And at the current moment, I plan to continue doing that. I think for a while, now that we've like finished everything, I mean, we haven't finished everything, but we've unlocked every city. I think all I'm going to do for a while is just like the dailies and the weeklies probably, but there might be a couple episodes where I'll be like, hey, let's go back to Dubai and try to get a 1000 score to unlock all the challenges. Maybe, like, I think I would still like to complete all 5 of these with 1000 points or more just to unlock the challenges. I don't think I'm going to sink my teeth into the challenges, and I think the big reason for that is that I might as well just play the dailies and the weeklies instead. They're basically the same thing. So, I don't feel necessarily compelled to play the challenges, but I guess I want to unlock them just to say I did. I think aiming for 1000 on every map is like a pretty good milestone. So maybe we'll go back to that at some point as well, especially if the series does well and I just have another moment like yesterday where I'm like, I just want to sit down and record for like 6 hours. and I just need because I guess that's one problem with the daily challenges and weekly challenges is at most I can really only get 2 episodes out of a recording session unless I start going back to that other content. But maybe getting a little ahead of myself. I already made a fair amount of content for this playthrough. I think this is episode 24 or something like that. So again, thank you all for watching. There will be more coming soon. Probably next episode will probably be the weekly challenge for this week, if I had to guess, unless I just never get around to it, and then the next episode that I do is next week, and then I might do the daily challenge first. I don't know. Either way, again, I hope you guys are having fun. And if you are, I hope to see you in the next episode. So one last time, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.